What's up? And annyeonghaseyo to all my K-pop peeps out there. My name is Denise, and welcome to another episode of my podcast called That K-Pop Talk, where every week I give you the news and reviews of the latest and greatest in Korean popular music. So sit back and relax. We have yet another exciting episode. Oh yeah, and please don't forget to click, like, and most importantly, share and subscribe to my podcast channel. And if you would love to support, there is a link in the description box for that. Okay, so coming up next is K-pop news. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to That K-pop Talk. It is time for K-pop news, and before I start, look, you guys, I'm going to talk about Jungkook, promise, but that's going to be during the BTS news because that's where I talk about all the BTS members. But you guys, what is going on with the idol? Can someone explain to me what's going on? Like, I don't understand why they did not add episode 6. Why did they cancel episode 6, you guys? And now it's just 5 episodes? Because now everybody's assuming there's not even going to be a season 2. But see, HBO on June 15th said that is not true. They have not said anything. They did not say season 2 was not happening. All they said was they had to end it early with episode 5. Now, I'm going to tell you, they've been getting a lot of comments that have not been so good. And these comments even came from the Parent Council. No, it's called the Parents Television Council. They said that they had told HBO, and they're calling on HBO to cancel the season, like next season. They've been getting so many negative reviews, and you guys, this is not my opinion, it's what I'm seeing. I have yet to see a positive review about this show, like praising the show, right? So this is what's going on. All the outlets, and I'm talking even the Los Angeles Times, and I live in Los Angeles Times, all K-pop, Yahoo News, you know, all these different outlets, even Men's Health is talking about how the season is ending early. The song that they had that had come out called, I think it's called The Other Girls. Y'all, that song was so vulgar. Like, I just turned 52 on Monday. Yes, I had a birthday on June 26th, side note. But anyways, out of my 52 years, I have not heard a song that vulgar. I'm telling you, the song was vulgar. I couldn't even really talk about it last week on the podcast because all I said was I was going to just put the link because the song really upset me on how vulgar it was, right? You didn't need to talk about all that. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, y'all just need to go listen to the song. But moving back to the content of what I'm talking about on the news for it being canceled. HBO said it has not been canceled, but I'm telling you guys, something tells me the show might end up getting canceled. There may be an official announcement. Maybe they're trying to restructure it. My daughter and I had talked extensively about that. She said they could be trying to restructure the series so that it's less graphic in content. You know, talking about the SEX and having certain things put in there that's about SEX. So maybe they're going back to the drawing board and saying, how can we make a season 2 without it being, you know, as vulgar as it is now? So we'll see, you guys. I don't know what officially is going on, but all I do know is fans are not happy. Fans are not happy with what they're seeing, with what they're hearing. And Jennie is in the middle of all this, you guys. I remember hearing that song last week, All the Other Girls, I think it is called, or The Other Girls. And those words in that song really shook me to the core. I said shook the core to me, shook me to the core. But when Jennie came on with her part, it was like an angel just entered the song, literally, because she didn't have any vulgar parts. So they made sure that when Jennie sang her part, it had nothing to do with the vulgarity that Abel said and that Lily Rose Depp said when they sang their parts, right? I just don't understand, again, why Jennie is a part of this whole fiasco of a story. You know, But I had to think, it all goes back to when the show first started, when they first presented the script to her, it was different. Remember, it was a female, I think her name is Amy, her last name is SEIMTZ, something like that. She was the director, and I believe the showrunner and writer for the show, for the most part, right? Definitely the director. And, you know, when it came down to it, either Abel or Sam, I don't know who, they didn't like the direction that she was taking that show. And it flip-flopped and became more focused on Abel instead of focused on Lily Rose Depp. And when that happened, the dynamic in which we saw more vulgarity happen, right? And when you saw that, that's when Jennie didn't know, or did she know, when the script changed? Or was it too late? Or did she feel pressure to stay in it because this was her first role? So many questions. Or was it she didn't care? We don't know, and we probably would never know, because this whole thing is a crap show, so to speak. It is. It's a crap show because people are just left and right talking about this show like there is no way to save it. And that's just my opinion now on that. I believe that this show, unless it goes through a huge major restructuring, it will not be saved. I believe that Jennie should take this as a learning opportunity. And like I said, I wasn't there, but Jennie and her management need to take this as an opportunity to know that just because you get one script does not mean that that script is going to hold. It could flip-flop on you at the last minute, and you need to reread that script from front to back and ask yourself, is this going to affect my client's brand? And Jennie needs to ask herself, or any K-pop idol, is this going to affect my brand? Because that's exactly what happened. Had this been the original script, you guys, I believe we would have a different conversation right now. I believe Jennie's reputation, first of all, she would have had more lines because they said they gave her more lines. I believe her reputation in the show would have been more on a positive side and not what we're seeing now. So if it ends early, I think this is a good thing for Jennie. This is me personally talking. I think it's a good thing for Jennie because you don't want to be known with something that's negative, right? You want to be known or attached to something that's positive. And I don't want Jennie to be attached to something negative. And right now, Jennie is attached to something that's negative, which is the idol. I want her to have a more positive experience with acting. So hopefully she can be attached to another project that has her in a more positive light. Because we know, I thought Jennie did a good job for what line she had. And if she convinced you guys that she was that person in the idol, that means Jennie can act. If it made you uncomfortable to see Jennie in that light, that means Jennie did her job in acting. I'm just saying. So, you know, Jennie, in the future, we hope that you are attached to more positive things. And like I said, you can't play someone who's an antagonist person like the person you played in the idol. She can't. You can't play a person that, you know, is in that type of light, but not the vulgarity. Not the vulgarity. That part you could leave out. I think that Jennie has a bright future ahead of her in acting. I really do. I just feel that I don't know if it should be with the idol. And nothing against Sam, nothing against Abel, because they were doing what they artistically thought that was in their wheelhouse that they wanted to express. And Lily Rose Depp, by the way, she put out an article saying that she saw nothing wrong with her acting, that she felt comfortable, that she, you know, was proud of the work that she did. And she said it's not everybody's cup of tea, meaning not everybody's going to like what they see on the idol, but then don't watch it. Okay, she does have a point. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. But here's the thing. People watched it because they were fans of The Weeknd or they were fans of Jennie. And when you bring someone into the fold that you know has a certain brand following, you're asking for them to critique you as well. And Jennie's brand following was not this vulgar following that has to do with SEX. That's not who Jennie or Blackpink represents, for that matter. So you're asking that fan base to follow you. You're asking that fan base to look at your show. And this is who you're going to have reply. And it doesn't matter what nation they're from. They're all blinks. They all follow Blackpink. They all follow Jennie. And they're going to give their opinion. And then you have people who love HBO that, you know, were tuning in, watching the show. Then you have people who did like Euphoria, but they watched this show and it was on a totally different level. And I used to watch Euphoria. Let me tell you, this is on another level from Euphoria. So I just think they need to go back to the drawing board. And that is how I feel about that. But as far as Jennie goes, what do you guys think? Do you think that Jennie can recoup from this and get another acting role that is actually much better and people will respect her more? Or do you think Jennie is fine with doing another season of The Idol if they renew it? What do you think? You think she would come back to this if they keep everything the same? Like, what are your thoughts on this? Please email me at thatkpoptalk@gmail.com. Or you could put a comment in my YouTube description, or you can even just DM me, you know, at my that K-pop talk Instagram and let me know. Let me know your thoughts on this, because the comments that I'm seeing on social media is not good at all. And I just want Jennie to be happy, and I want Jennie to be okay with her choices going forward. Okay, moving on, because I know I talked a lot about that. I just want to give you guys my 2 cents and let you guys know what's going on. But as of today, there is no official cancellation of The Idol. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about some comeback teasers. And what I mean by that is they've already announced their comeback, and now they have some teaser videos, right? There's 2 girl groups that I want to talk about. Last week, I talked about New Jeans, right? Talked about their comeback schedule, their collab with Powerpuff Girls. It's going to be so cute. Anyways, they have released 2 snippet teasers of songs that are coming out. Now, one has had a lot of controversy, which is ETA. Okay, so I live in America. Of course, like I said, I live in Los Angeles. So when I thought of ETA, I thought of estimated time of arrival. If you ask anybody here in the United States of America, what does ETA mean? That is what we're going to tell you. Estimated time of arrival. I did not know that it was a name of a famous, well, not famous, infamous, of a infamous mafia type group in Spain. I did not know that. And I didn't know that the way that they went after the victims is with a car. I didn't know that either, because in ETA you see a car, you know, going down a windy road. So I didn't know that. And they named 3 people at the bottom of their ETA snippet teaser. I didn't know those 3 people were, 2 of them were the head of that mafia type group in Spain. And then the 3rd person that they named was actually one of the victims. So I don't know. The coincidence of that is a little bit too familiar. And if that is the case, I'm very disappointed that they will go that far, because people have died. They said a lot of people have died because of this group called ETA. So hopefully they can come to a resolve with this song, with, you know, them using the 2 leaders and the victim. That part I just don't understand. But hopefully they have a good explanation for this, and hopefully they could come to some resolve that would, you know, make the bunnies, which is the fandom, feel more comfortable with this song. So that is to be seen, you guys. But I just want you guys to know about the controversy surrounding that. But their second song, ASAP baby, I love that song. Like that's the snippet of that song. So good, you guys. That's the song I'm really waiting on. And I'm also waiting on their song New Jeans is self-titled, because that's the collab they're doing with Powerpuff Girls. But ASAP is another song. It is so I think the thing, Dreamcatcher has started this, right? Because when I go into the next group, they also have this type of nature thing where they, it's soft choreographies, like the picture of the choreography is very soft. And it's almost like film-like choreography. And they're in nature, they're wearing the flowers, they're wearing the flowy dresses, you know, they're in the trees and with Mother Nature outside. And it's very elf-like, you know, like in the elf countries, you know, like in the fantasy world of elves. That's what it looks like. So that's what ASAP is about. So I'm looking forward to that, you guys. And NMIXX, NMIXX, they also have a comeback, and I finally saw one of their teasers. This one was Party O'Clock from their, which is a title track from their album A Midsummer's NMIXX Dream, which the music, one of the music videos will drop on July 3rd. The album will drop on July 11th, okay? Again, and theirs is the same way. You got the girls in their white flowy dresses. You have that you know, the cinematographers viewpoint is like very soft in the lens. You know, you have that soft picture, almost grainy, almost like a film type, picturesque type teaser. And again, you know, you feel like you're in Mother Nature. Like, and I started thinking, who started this whole thing? And it was Dreamcatcher when they came out with Apocalypse, which is their latest comeback. They too were outside in nature and had the elf-like cinematography with the flowers on their head, and you know, the flowy, you know, the flowy movements of the girls. And I was like, this is a little movement that is starting now, the nature outside teasers, you know, that you see in these female groups. So we'll see, you know, if there's any more female groups that's going to come out with this type teaser for their album. But I am looking forward to New Jeans. The name of their album is called Get Up, and I think that's being released on the 21st, if I can recall. And like I said, NMIXX's album, A Midsummer's NMIXX Dream, is being released on July 11th. So congratulations to those two girls. Like I said, the thing with the flowers, Mother Nature, all that, you know, to me, I think Dreamcatcher started all that. And if you guys haven't listened to Dreamcatcher's Apocalypse, wow, that album is amazing. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about IU. Yes, IU. Okay, so IU is celebrating 15 years, you guys. And she's doing it this year of celebrating her 15 years with a media art exhibition. This is a ode to her fandom, and her fandom is called Uena. So that's Uena, U-E-N-A. Those are her fandoms. And this art exhibition shows the interactions between her and her fandom over these past 15 years, the collaboration between the two, and I'm so excited to see it. I started getting to IU when I started really researching solo singers, and that's when I researched her story on how she got started, how she didn't have any money. She was like, look, IU used to be po, not poor. She used to be po. And now she's one of the richest K-pop stars out there. So, you know, she deserves it. She deserves this art exhibition. And they said this is her first one of its kind. So congratulations, IU, to 15 years. And may you have 15 more years. Actually, may you have infinite amount of years. Like, you keep kicking butt, taking names, girl, because you are very well respected in this industry. Okay, 17's member called Jun is going to release a solo digital single called Psycho. He has already started doing photo concepts on the single. I'm looking forward to it. It sort of looks like the cycle poster of the monster, sort of looks like that one, is it Marvel DC with Tom Hardy? You know, he plays that character. I forgot his name. Oh, you guys, if you guys remember the name of it, but it's Tom Hardy, the actor, and that's who that character looks like, the character that the creature that he plays. Okay, so that wraps up K-pop talk. I didn't have a lot this week, you guys, because there's so much happening in K-pop on the past couple weeks, and there were like so many music videos. But this week is sort of light. We're going to talk about Jungkook and BTS news coming up next. You guys don't go anywhere because I have a lot of information to tell you about that and some other things going on with BTS as well. So stay tuned. BTS news is next. Welcome back to that K-pop talk. Yes, we're about to talk about it. This is BTS news, and we are getting ready to talk about the official announcement that Big Hit made about Jungkook's solo digital single called 7. And I'm going to read to you exactly what they said. They said, "Hello, this is Big Hit Music. We are pleased to inform you about the release of 7, the solo digital single by BTS member Jungkook. 7 is an invigorating summer song that is sure to have you experience the full breadth of Jungkook's charm." We already know he's charming. He's like that every day, y'all. Okay, back to what they said. "We hope that 7 will bring your summer fun to the next level. We sure it will. And as Jungkook kicks off his solo activities, we ask you to extend your utmost anticipation and support for his digital single and many other activities to come." So that is the official announcement from Big Hit themselves. That is what I was looking for. And I also want to say, Sports Chosun, you was right. Now, you guys, last week or week before, when all the frenzy was going on about Jungkook's single may be released on July 14th, the original source that broke this was Sports Chosun. But let me tell you, I had to be honest. I wasn't sure how reliable that intel was, because remember in the shareholders meeting, they said that V was supposed to come out first in the third quarter, and then Jungkook was coming out in the fourth quarter. However, Sports Chosun contradicted that message and said, Jungkook was coming out for his single, or they didn't say single, they just said Jungkook was dropping music on July 14th. So, Sports Chosun, you were right, you the man. And what did I say last time? I said if you were wrong, the whole world was going to be looking at you like you crazy. But if you were right, then everybody's going to look at you as a reliable source, and they're going to see what else you drop next as far as information. And they did. They said that another source of information from them, they said that all 7 members will be officially in the military by the end of the year. So that's something else that we're going to be looking at, Sports Chosun. So you guys, there you have it. Okay, so what do we know about these activities that Jungkook is doing? Well, we do know Spotify Korea has announced that they have an activity with Jungkook coming up called Summer Ball Interview. Yes, you heard me. Like Summer Ball Interview. It's a summer interview with Jungkook. They're telling people get their questions ready or what they want to ask Jungkook, and they're accepting applications to participate in this activity starting on June 30th. Now, I will tell you, one of the criteria is they want you to be a member of Army. And the way you can do that is by getting on your Weverse app. And I keep telling you guys, get the Weverse app, because that's how the announcement came out. As a matter of fact, Jungkook was on it last night. Actually, he was on it at 12:38 LA time, which was 8:38 p.m. South Korea time. He was on there. He was working out. He was working out while he was singing. Now, that was very impressive. He was doing those ab roll downs on the floor with the ab roller, and he was singing at the same time. I was very impressed. I'm not going to lie about that. And then he was also doing pull-ups. He was doing dips, body dips. I'm like, where did you find space in your house to put all that? But he did, because he walked us through his house and went to each apparatus and was working out. I tell you, that Jungkook, he shares a lot with us. Y'all remember that time? I think it was last month where he went to sleep on us, like went slapped to sleep. Yeah, that's what type of person Jungkook is. And I think that's why people like him, because he really brings us into his everyday in his house, what he's doing. He's always, you know, thinking about Army and just shares his life with them. Okay, with us, because you know, you guys know I'm Army too. Okay, so he will be having other activities, so you guys be on the lookout. You guys know he does not have Instagram, so what does that tell you, you guys? That K-pop talk family out there, you got to get the Weverse if you want to know what he's doing, because that's where he is really at, his Weverse. Not Twitter, not Instagram. He don't even have an account on Instagram. It's that Weverse that he is on all the time. Okay, and like I said, Sports Chosun, you the man, you the outlet. You know, you the one that, you know, we're going to be looking at side-eyed now to see if you coming out with some more information. Okay. Also going on with Jungkook, JK, is the rumor that the CEO of BVLGARI wants him to be a global ambassador. Like, is this true? He ended up following 2 fan accounts of JK's, because like I said, JK is not on Instagram, right? So the CEO probably, you think about it, a CEO of a fashion design house, they don't keep up with artists like that. You know, they have a fashion house to run, right? BVLGARI is one of the world's largest fashion houses, especially when it comes to jewelry, right? So he probably was like, well, how do I follow him? And he probably didn't know. And he was like, well, I can't find him, so I follow his fans. And then I'll also follow BTS, which he has. Now, this CEO of BVLGARI, his name is Jean-Christophe Babin. And he is very well known. I happen to see the circle in which he runs in. He is all over the place in a good way. And right now, you know, people are saying that, you know, they saw him with Lisa, because they had an event like a couple of days ago, and Lisa actually, you know, taught him how to do the K-pop, you know, love sign and the K-pop sign and the heart sign. So he was doing that with her. And by the way, Lisa was gorgeous. She had this white or off-white, like this cream satin dress on with the back out with the train. Girl was living life. Do you hear me? Anyways, I'm talking about Lisa from Blackpink. Anyway, so they're saying that, you know, it could be in the works. So we are on BVLGARI ambassador watch for Jungkook. So we will see. I mean, you know, Jungkook is on a roll right now. You know, he has Calvin Klein. Everything he touches, it sells out. I remember Jungkook, I think he had on, was it a necklace? A neck, was that V? Jungkook had on something else besides the Calvin Klein, and it sold out like in 2 to 3 days. It just sold out. So that tells you about the fandom, the buying power that, you know, these BTS members can give, you know, these companies. It's just crazy how they can do that, right? But anyway, so we'll see. We'll see. You know, it won't surprise us if BVLGARI ends up signing Jungkook on as a global ambassador. Because, you know, Calvin Klein, they ching-chinging all the way. They are very happy with their choice of having Jungkook as being their global ambassador as well. Okay, last news on Jungkook is him in the 97 liners. Now, I personally did not know what this was. So in K-pop, you know, whoever you not debut with, but whoever is born in the same year with you is a liner. So say for instance, I'm born in 71. You know, I'm proud of my age. So if anybody's born in 71 with me, we're called the 71 liners. Now, Jungkook was born on September 1st, 1997. So all the other K-pop members are called 97 liners. that are born the same year with him that are K-pop members of K-pop groups, right? But there are 97 liners that Jungkook hangs with more than the other 97 liners. And I'm going to tell you who they are because he actually went out to hang out with some of them a couple of days ago. So these 97 liners are Cha Young-woo, and he is from Astro. Now he's born March 30th, 97. GOT7, Bam Bam, and Yoongi. Now, I didn't know Bam Bam was that young. He looks a little bit older to me, doesn't he? I think Bam Bam, all 8 of these men are very handsome, by the way. So, you know, birds in the feather flock together. So they all flocking together because they're all very handsome. So GOT7, Bam Bam, he's born on May 2nd. I'm not going to say 97 because all of them born in 97. Yoongi is born November 17th, and they're both, like I said, from GOT7. Now, he hangs out with 3 members from 17 that are 97 liners, and that's DK, born February 18th. That's my sister's birthday. And DA, which is November 7th, and Mingyu, which is his birthday is April 6th. Now, of course, we know BTS's Jungkook is September 1st, and then NCT's Jaehyun is Valentine's Day, February 14th. By the way, Jaehyun is my favorite NCT member. I think he is so cute, and I believe he's the one. He has these dimples. They're so cute. Okay, so that wraps up Jungkook. That's what's been going on with him. He's been hanging out with his 97 liners. He may have a ambassador deal with BVLGARI, and his digital solo single drops on July 14th, and he has activities coming out. So Jungkook is finally starting to, you know, rev up his engine, so to speak, getting out there and just being busy, right? Okay, let's talk about Suga. So the last thing we knew about Suga, he wrapped up his tour, his international tour. Singapore, I think, was his last one. Had a little break, came back the 24th and 25th. You know, he was at an arena, and the arena, I think, houses 15,000. It really wasn't that many people, you guys. If you think about it, 30,000 total, because it was 15 for 2 days. That's 30,000 total that was there. The artist Psy did that with him on the 24th, which shook everybody to the core. It was a phenomenal performance. And then on the 25th, also on the 24th, Hybe label mates in Hypen and Le Sserafim was there as well to watch him and support. And then on the 25th, you have the what's it called, Maknae line, the young ones from BTS. You had Jungkook, you had V, and you had Jimin. They were all there, and they were sitting way up in the like, I think it was at the highest height of the stadium, not the stadium but the arena, and they were there, and everybody was so happy to see them. And Suga called him out. He was happy to have his brothers there. And I will say that a lot of people thought, including me, that Jimin was going to sing Tony Montana with Suga or perform it with Suga. He did not. But hold up, all is not lost. I'll get to that in a minute. So Jimin did not go to the Dior show. So I was right about that. Jimin did not go to the Dior show because a lot of people thought he was going to go. But I was like, and I even talked about this. I didn't think Jimin was going to go because, you know, time is wrapping up with BTS, right? And you want to cherish every single moment that you have, and just knowing the significance of RM. I'm still thinking RM is going to go in before anybody else, and we haven't even seen RM, so I don't even know what's going on. Maybe he's in the studio making music, because we saw pictures of him enjoying life, and he was also in the studio. So I think he has maybe more collabs and more music coming out before he goes in. But I will say, Suga did announce an encore presentation on August 4th, 5th, and 6th. Yes. And I am thinking that Jimin may be performing Tony Montana then. Okay, so fans have been weighing in on this, right? There are 4 there are 4 collabs they want to see happen at the encore performance, which is called Final D-Day, right? With Suga. Okay, so number 1, they do want to see the Tony Montana performance with Jennie, right? That's one collab. Number 2, they want to see People Part 2 performance with IU. Some people actually want to see the performance of the song 8 with IU, but I don't think they will perform 8, and here's why. Because 8 was actually IU's song, and Suga was featured on that, right? Had this been IU's performance, I think, you know, he would have popped up at her show and performed 8. But because, you know, she's not the main person singing, this is not, you know, her concert, then it would be more appropriate to do People Part 2, because she's featured on his song, not the other way around, right? So number 2 would just be People Part 2 featuring IU. So that's the second collab. The third collab would be Strange. You remember Strange with RM? If RM could show up and just do that right before he goes in the military, wouldn't that be special? So I love that song, Strange. I love that song. So that's the third collab people want to see. And the fourth one is Snooze featuring Woo-Sung from The Rose. I love The Rose. That is one of my bands right there. But Snooze with Woo-Sung, that's the fourth collab that people want to see, because they've already seen Side. But if he want to show back up, hey, we're not going to argue that, right? But those are the 4 collabs. And people were asking, why didn't Suga perform at the Dome, right? Why didn't he perform at the Dome before? And he was saying that why didn't he perform at the stadium? And he said he didn't want to perform at the stadium because he wants to leave that for BTS. He wants to save it for his members, right? So we will see what is going on. Suga, one thing about it is, because I'm going to talk about the vlogs of Jakarta and Chicago, right? One thing about Suga is he really, 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 really thinks highly of the members of BTS, because he did release 2 vlogs, one of Chicago, which was like a week ago, and then a couple days ago of Jakarta. Suga, where's the one of Los Angeles? Because Jakarta is way after Los Angeles, and Chicago is before you got to Los Angeles. Did you not make one of Los Angeles? Because I'm from, I live in Los Angeles. I really do want to see what you vlog from Los Angeles. But anywho, getting back to what I was talking about. When he did the vlogs of Chicago and Jakarta, at the end of both of them, he said that he told each crowd, and he did every time he performs, he always would say, when I come back, I want to come back at 7. So he wants to save the bigger venues for when he comes back at 7. He saves those bigger venues for I'm talking about in Seoul, for the special one of performing with his members. But you know what? These people want to see him. So a big arena it is, right? A big arena in Seoul it is, because he wants, the people want to see Suga just on a bigger scale, because they want to be able to experience that crowd rush, right? That crowd feeling, right? 15,000 is a lot, but 80, 90,000, that's also an awesome feeling to be in and be with other ARMY, right? Okay. So also too, I thought was real cute. I was talking to my daughter about this, is when he went to Chicago, he had a hamburger, because he says when he goes on tour, he likes to try the local food, right? Because he said he can get Korean food anywhere, which is true, because you go anywhere and you can get Korean food. He went to a restaurant in Chicago, and I was telling my daughter, when he picked up the burger, instead of the bun, you know how on top of a hamburger bun, that the hamburger bun on top of the burger has that puffiness, right? And the bottom of the bun is flat. Suga turned the hamburger upside down and ate it. I thought that was so weird. I'm like, Suga, this whole time when I'm watching the Chicago vlog, I'm like, Suga, turn the hamburger the right side. Turn the bun back the right way. He wouldn't do it. And I thought that was so weird. I started laughing. I'm like, Suga just does not care, does he? But then when he went to Jakarta, he tried some Indian food. He really liked it. As a matter of fact, Suga said he wanted to come back again, like the next day or later on that day. I know it was the next day he wanted to try that same restaurant because he was so impressed. So I got to get the name of that restaurant. I'm have to go back because if I ever go to Indonesia, I want to go to that restaurant because Suga, he liked it. Like his eyes lit up. That's how much he liked that Indian restaurant in Jakarta. So that is it with Suga. And also some other news with Suga. The episode 13 teaser came out with Time to Drink with Suga, and I really don't know who this guy is. The only clue they gave was like he's a well-known barista, and he had this barista equipment with him that he brought on set. So I don't know who this guy is, but I'm pretty curious as to who he is. So I'm definitely going to be tuning in when that episode drops. It's episode 13. If you guys know who he is, can you guys let me know? Again, shoot me an email at thatkpoptalk@gmail.com, or just, give me commentary on my DM on my Instagram, or on my YouTube, and leave a comment on who this guy is, who you think he is, because I haven't the slightest clue on who this guy is. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, and something else I notice. Have you guys noticed that Suga becomes more comfortable with each concert that goes on? He's becoming more and more comfortable with ARMY, and also with each episode of Time to Drink with Suga, he becomes more and more comfortable interviewing the guests. So I think, Suga is becoming more comfortable with him without the other members around. Like he's becoming more comfortable interacting with people in general. Before you could see that there was sort of a wall up with Suga, but now he's embracing people as they are, and he's becoming more comfortable with people. So that is such a beautiful thing to see. Yes, Sugar, it is. Okay, so moving on. RM, there's really nothing going on with him. Like I said, it looks like he's relaxing. He's in the studio. He's doing things that he wants to do before he goes in. Hopefully we will see him collab with Suga on that song Strange. So, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed that will happen. Jimin, same thing. Jimin's just been chilling. We haven't seen Jimin. Some people thought he was going to go to Dior, which he didn't. We already recapped that. He did go to the show, Suga show with V and with Jungkook on the 25th. And basically, he's just been chilling too. We hope he does that Tony Montana collab with Suga when Suga performs August 4th through the 6th. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. Now I do have to let you guys know that Jim has been setting a lot of records, right? The record that I want you guys to know about that he recently set was Jimin has become the fastest Korean soloist to reach 1.3 billion streams and have 6 songs surpass 100 million streams on Spotify. So he set that record. And he has multiple songs that have reached #1 in all, because there's only 119 countries. He's reached #1 in every single country, all 119 countries. So congratulations to Jimin on that. And that's with his song Like Crazy. That's what he did it with. Okay, let's talk about V. So as you guys know, V is a Celine global ambassador. He's been posting the Celine show as well as posting certain pictures with him wearing Celine. And you guys know I think I've talked about this. I know I put this on my Instagram, but if you guys don't remember me saying it, or if you guys do remember me saying it, I apologize if I repeat myself, but he is the fastest person. He set the Guinness Book of World Records because he's the fastest person to reach 60 million followers on Instagram, 50 million followers on Instagram, 40 million followers on Instagram, 30 million followers on Instagram, 20 million followers on Instagram, 10 million followers on Instagram, and 1 million followers on Instagram. He's the fastest person to reach these goals, right? He reached 1 million in 43 minutes when he first opened up his Instagram account, and he reached 10 million, no, 43 minutes for 1 million and 4 hours and 52 minutes just to reach 10 million. You guys, that's crazy. That is less than half of a day. That's 1/4 of a day that it took him to get to 10 million that fast. That is crazy, you guys. Can you imagine you open up an account and less than an hour you reach 1 million, and in less than 5 hours you reach 10 million? I don't know how I would react to that. That's sort of scary in a way, you know? That many people found out that you have an Instagram, that many people tune in to like and follow your Instagram. But he has that appeal to the world like that. So congratulations, V, for setting the Guinness Book of World Records in those categories, you know, in those increments. And as we know, J-Hope and Jen are still serving in the military. Nothing is new going on with them. And that wraps up BTS news. Stay tuned, you guys, because my last segment is coming up. That is K releases and K vibes, where I'll let you know about the current music video releases of this past week or so and what I personally am vibing out to this week. So don't go anywhere. K releases and K vibes is coming up next. Welcome back to that K-pop talk. This is the last segment of my podcast, and it's called K releases and K vibes. K releases are the music videos that have been recently released in the last week or so, and K vibes is, you know, the music that I'm just vibing out to out of those K releases. Okay, so this week we only have 4 music videos because last week we had 12. Yes, we had that many, and the week before we had like 10. And normally, you know, it goes in ebbs and flows of how they release these music videos. A lot of times, if you have 1 or 2 weeks where it's just like so many music videos being released, then following that would be 1 to 2 weeks where, you know, you really don't have that many music videos being released. This is one of those weeks, right? Because like I said, last week we had a lot. Okay, so this week we have 4. Starting off, we have SHINee with Hard. And let me tell you, this music goes hard. I love everything about it. I love the choreography. And I always said that between SHINee, Monsta X, and EXO, their harmony, the time period these groups came out and the harmony that they do in the chorus part is bar none. No one can touch them on their harmonies. No one. Like, they are that good. And in this music video, they did not disappoint. The song is so good. And Onu, he really, I mean, my eyes were on him. Like, he looked very handsome in this video. He had a sort of like a swagger about him in this video. I really like. And up to this date, and when I'm posting this, they had 13 million views, so they're doing pretty well. And I think they went to #1 in a couple countries too with this song. So congratulations, SHINee. You guys already know I will post this, post a link or put the link in my YouTube when I drop my YouTube, right? All the music videos, I will drop the links to it in the YouTube. And the reason why I do that is because, you know, that way you can have a visual, you know, you can go straight to it. And I normally drop my YouTube video a day or 2 after my audio video when it drops, okay? Moving on, we have T5. Their music video is called Move. And that is Treasure, by the way. Treasure has revamped, they repackaged the members. I really am loving what I'm seeing, you guys. Move, the choreography is good. It sounds like a R&B boy band in the verse and also in the chorus part. They have the classic K-pop breakdown when it comes to the bridge. You know how it builds up with that beat and then it drops. When it drops back to the chorus, it goes back to the classic R&B sound. Sort of like what TNX did, the new 6, when they dropped their song, Kick It For Now. Move is similar to that. So I'm seeing another trend going now, you know, so congratulations to Treasure for restructuring. I'm loving your new packaging, your new rebranding is working for you. You guys, Move will also be in the link in my YouTube. The third music video is by 8turn. You guys know 8turn had recently debuted with I forgot the name of their song. Oh, TikTok. I think their name is TikTok was the name of their first song. It did very, very well. And now they're coming back with their follow-up song called Exhale. And you know, it's on the rock side, like, you know, the rocky, you know, the rock sound is on that side, has a guitar beat to, you know, the guitar beat to it. And it's pretty much a K-pop dancing song with a rock beat, if I can, you know, put it in words. It's sort of difficult to explain, but it's a very good song. I personally like it. It's nice. It reminds me, if you look at the video, it reminds me of something that would be good for teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't personally listen to this every day, but if I was a teenager, I might. It's that type of song. Okay, and number 4 is We or Way. I think it's We, W-E-I. The song is called Overdrive. Now, I like this song, you guys, because it's a very nice summer fun song. They're at the beach, and they are the most adorable boys to look at, you guys. Like, they look like they're having so much fun. Although a couple of them have some band-aids on their noses. I don't know if that's part of the music video look or if something really did happen with their nose. I don't know, but I really am loving that song as well. It's called Overdrive. Okay, so out of all of these songs, I'm really, really getting into Hard right now. I really love Hard. I keep playing the video over and over and over again. Like, it's just one of those songs that I love listening to the harmony. I love good singing. I've always been that person. If you can sing, I can listen to you all day long. And SHINee is one of those things that you take the music away, you do them a cappella, they're going to throw down and be that type of group all day long. Like, I will, you know, promote them always because they're that group. So SHINee, I'm definitely listening to. Move is starting to grow on me, but you guys, I'm still listening to ATs from last week, y'all. I really am. Like, every time I hear ATs, I gotta play ATs Bouncy. Like, I'm still grooving off of Bouncy. But for this week, K Vibes, I will recommend Hard because, like I said, they're vocals. So, and I could be repeating myself all day long, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to talk your ear off anymore about that. And that wraps up my podcast for this week. Hopefully you guys had a very informative podcast, and you guys come in next week. I will have some more stuff to talk about. There's so many things always going on in the world of K-pop. And guess what, you guys? I want to not guess what, but I just want to thank everyone who wished me happy birthday. My birthday was June 26th, and I was able to go to a BTS pop-up shop here in LA, and I had so much fun. I end up getting a Jungkook bobblehead figure pin, and it's so cute, you guys. I know the ones who are listening can't see, but you guys, the ones who are on YouTube, you can see my Jungkook bobblehead figure pin. He is so cute, isn't he? And you guys, he is wearing that Kangol hat that was lost. You remember Jungkook wears this Kangol hat. You remember the whole story behind that he lost his hat. Someone had the hat. They sold the hat. They tried to sell the hat, but the authorities found out about it, and now he's in trouble. So the figure pin is wearing that Kangol hat. So that's why I got it. Okay, so you guys tune in next week. You guys, please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to my podcast channel. I would greatly love to have you as part of that K-pop Talk family. I'm trying to grow my family base here, and I would love to have you tune in every week. And once again, my name is Denise. You already know what we do here because it's all about that K-pop Talk, and I will see you next week. Bye.